Welcome to AARP, Arizona Hispanic Connection. Educate. Celebrate. Connect. Arizona Hispanic Connection.
Welcome to Arizona Barrios Stories and Latino USA TV. Don't forget to download our app so you can stay in tune with us. We have David Parra Luna today with Salud, Dinero y Amor. He always has those good nuggets. You might need paper and pencil, or you can sit back and take it all in. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Irma. My pleasure. Important topics, and glad to continue this series of retirement bound. Either you are bound or you will be one day, right?
The best time of my life is right now, being retired, but yet not retired.
Good.
Tell me, what do we have in store for us today?
We are reviewing concepts that we should keep in mind when we consider retirement, right? We are reviewing sources of income in retirement, and we are currently covering Social Security. We did pensions, and we will do 401ks. We skipped them, and we are now covering Social Security. The more I do, conversations on Social Security and more broadly retirement, the more I realize how is a big deal. It is a big deal to really consider retirement, especially early on. Because if you consider it, think about it, plan it early on, then you have more years to maneuver, to prepare, to save, to invest. If you do it later on, that span of time will decrease and you have less time. So it's always good to start whenever or whatever stage you're in. And Social Security is a source of income that we can almost say is going to be automatic. And remember that we have to have the credits or be the spouse of someone who has the credits. Last show, we reviewed the retirement benefit. And on this show and on the next one, we'll review the disability benefit and then survivor's benefit. How does it sound?
Sounds good. You never know what you don't know if you don't know it. And your nuggets help people because maybe it's a bit of information they might miss. And financially, they can't afford to miss that nugget. So tell me. Yeah.
Disability benefits is also known as SSDI because there is another benefit called SSI. We'll cover that later on. But SSDI is Social Security Disability Insurance. And this is why Social Security is such an important program, because a lot of times people think it's only retirement, but it has 5 benefits, and we've mentioned them several times. Somebody happens to have a condition, an accident, and all of a sudden they find themselves unable to work. So that's where the disability benefit could come in. And I say could because it's very strict, believe it or not. The disability benefit has a definition that I call it kind of drastic. Let me read it to you. It's a medical condition that inhibits a person from working and that is expected to last at least 12 months or 1 year or result in death. That's how drastic the condition needs to be. So somebody shouldn't just think that because they have arthritis or sometimes even like diabetes, if it's controlled, that's going to be a condition that automatically will be approved. Not necessarily, but I wouldn't disqualify anybody on the other hand. So if somebody has any thinking and think that they have a condition, the best thing is that they can apply. And we encourage everybody to apply. The worst thing that can happen is that they can say no. So it's very important. Let me also say that there's going to be, in addition to the condition itself, which is going to be the most important thing. If it's a condition that is not expected to inhibit you from working for 12 months or result in death, it's going to be difficult for them to approve it. Let's just be clear about that. The Social Security, at the present time, 2024, they have over 250 conditions on a list for which they can declare a person disabled. So the condition has to be there on that list or be related. So if it's there, no brainer, they'll approve it. But if it's not, it doesn't mean they can't approve it. But you have to go through the process. And like I say, and we'll say it again, go for it, apply. The worst thing that can happen to you is that they can say no.
Now, when they do say no, sometimes they can reapply, correct? Or appeal?
Appeal would be the best approach, because if you let the appeal process expire and then you reapply, the whole process is going to start again. With the appeal process, different eyes will see your application. You could say a higher level. So do not let the appeals expiration date expired. Apply within that date, because then a set of new eyes will look at your application. Very, very important.
Good thing to remember. Appeal, new eyes.
Yes. So in addition to the condition that is going to be critical in the determination process, right? People need to have some credits. Remember, we keep talking about credits. For retirement, you need 40 credits. For disability, not necessarily, but you still have to have some. So that is going to determine on your age and when the disability happened. So all those things, I'm not going to go in a deeper detail, but again, if you have the doubt, when in doubt, apply. That's going to be a general rule. When in doubt, apply. The worst thing they can do is deny. One big principle, especially if it happens to you, the disability after you turn 31, especially, they might say something like this: you should have worked 5 years in your last 10. I have a case where somebody in their last 10 years, she was older than 31 when the disability happened. She had not worked 5 years in the last 10, so guess what? They disapprove it. They did not approve it because of that. When the condition happens to be Parkinson, severe you could say, and they still didn't approve it because of this recent work and duration of work test. Very important.
So too much time had lapsed.
Actually, she should have worked 5 in the last 10, and she had only worked 4. So again, the recent work and the duration of work test will be applied. It's very important. And then not only that, but the type of work that you used to that you did in your employment. In other words, your profession, your vocation, what you do, it means a lot, because maybe you can still work, but the same person with the same condition, or a person with the same condition, but maybe it's too physical, maybe that person will not get it approved. So those things are taken into consideration, is very, very important.
Good to know.
Yes. Another thing that it's important is that Social Security, there is a 5-month waiting period for benefits. So you're going to have to wait 5 months before you see your first check. However, something very important is, but that 5 months is going to start counting from the date that they consider your disability happened. That's why it's important to use a date where you started having your issues, if possible, if it applies, as opposed to when you stop working. Because let's say that you apply, right, and it took 6 months for them to apply or not. And let's say they did, sorry, not apply, approve. 6 months and they approve it from 6 months ago, then you already passed your 5-month waiting period, so you start getting benefits pretty much right away. So you beat it, right, by 1 month. Well, another rule is that there is 12 months of retroactive benefits.
So they'll go back.
They can go back as far back as 12 months, no more. But there's that 5-month waiting period. I hope that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yes. Something that is very important to mention is that there's such a thing as hiring a lawyer to help you with the process. Not a bad idea, but I want to mention that before you do that, know that Social Security has free assistance with the appeals process. Lawyers cost money, right? So there is free assistance with the appeals process. So I would call Social Security and says, I need to appeal, and I understand that you have free assistance. What number should I dial? They'll give them a number where to call to get assistance with the process.
Good to know.
Another thing that is very important is that you can always apply for disability benefits as long as you haven't reached your full retirement age.
And we were just talking about that.
Yes, it's important. Your full retirement age, say it happens to be 70. At 67, my apologies, 67. At 67, you would get your full benefit, right? So as long as you haven't hit 67, you can apply, even though you're already receiving benefits for, say, early retirement. Why? Because if approved, the disability benefit consists of the 100% of your benefit at your full retirement age. So they will increase your benefit. Once you reach your full retirement age, honestly, it doesn't make sense to apply, because even if they were to approve it, they will give you the benefit that you already have, right? So it's very important. Another thing that is important is that Medicare is usually provided at 65 or offered or available. When somebody has been disabled, declared disabled, and have been receiving disability benefits for 2 years, no matter the age, they become eligible for Medicare. So
Wow.
This is very important. They will become eligible for Medicare after 2 years of receiving SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance. Obviously, just like in any benefit, there are some eligible dependents who potentially could get benefits. So let's say somebody suffer a disability at 45, right? Potentially, if they have younger children,
Under 18.
Under 18, they'll get benefits. And another important point is that there is a way to re-engage or re-enter the workforce. It's called Ticket to Work in a limited basis. I'm not going to give a lot of details, but be sure that if you happen to want to enter the workforce in a limited basis, call Social Security. Let them know how the program works, because you don't want to go and work and make more than what you are allowed and then lose the benefit. I believe this kind of covers the disability benefits in its main aspects, Irma.
I hope people wrote some information down. These are all good points. Like I always say, you don't know what you don't know until probably the time you need it. And then you scramble, who do I call? Who do I do? And these nuggets are hopefully going to help somebody on our show.
Definitely. And my number is always there. Write it down. If you want to converse with me, by all means, give me a call 24/7.
Thank you. Until next time, you're going to give us another nugget, I know.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you for viewing today. Hopefully this nugget was something helpful to you, or maybe somebody that you know within your circle. Call David. He has lots of nuggets. Thank you for viewing today, and thank you for being a part of this platform. And as always, I will see you soon.